Question everything. So now you got all these illegal immigrants going to Brooklyn, New York, and they're going to stay in the school gyms in Brooklyn, New York. See, Mayor Adams is just another houseboy face to be able to do white supremacy bidding. He's not there to help the Aboriginal Niggros of America, even though he looked like the Aboriginal Niggros of America. He's there for his legacy. That's all he can be there for. Thus, they're destroying the Aboriginal Negro communities by bringing in thousands of more mouths to feed to an impoverished community that already been oppressed for years and starved the resources for years. And yet still you can't get reparations in the form of justice of what they owe you for all the different destructions that they have brought to the Aboriginal Negro. But instead, they bring in a whole new class of people that's going to circumvent you out of your resources that you lacking already in your community. And because of it, it's going to bring strife and bring a whole lot of beef to the community. Clashes majorly over resources that already ain't there. And they know this. At the same time, this was the whole plan from the jump, from the Indian rights movement that Martin Luther King and us went on way back in the day when our people went on this quest to get rights for our people in our communities. And they knew that they didn't want to do anything that we was fighting for then, so they had to bring in a buffer class. And this buffer class was to be able to come in with their own problems to circumvent you as the Aboriginal Negro out of your problems by putting another group and class of people with you, stating that they have issues just as well as you do. Thus, that's why you always hear about the black and brown community, the black and brown community. At the same time, they're pushing resources in the brown community, using them as a buffer for your community and not giving you resources. This is the whole reality to it. This is why they brought them in. So that way you can no longer have a loud cry, and your cry can be mummified by another class of people crying that they need help as well, as they're doing right now with the illegal immigrants, like it's the American citizen fault that they're struggling, sneaking and being pushed into the community. Has nothing to do with us. But this is how they're pushing it, like it's America who have to come to the savior and rescue of these people. At the same time, the people that America has dogged, brought genocide and Holocaust to, enslaved, destroyed property on a regular basis, came through with militias and white supremacy and burned down whole communities at the same time, deleting many of Aboriginal Negroes in their community. As they did this, they're not giving reparations nor any type of real resources to the community for y'all, but they somehow got resources to build up a whole new class of people coming from Mexico and other places. How do that work? This is how you know that your community been sold out. There's no such thing as an Aboriginal Negro community anymore. You don't have no community. Your community was given to the highest bidder, pretty much, because at the end of the day, they're coming to your community, not to the wealthy communities. They're not going to the politicians' communities that you're appointed to represent you. Instead, they're representing their legacy on top of you. This is just the sole truth. And until you understand the game and understand what is being played here, your babies, your grandbabies, they're the ones who want to suffer, because they're making room for these illegal immigrants by locking up your men, mass incarcerating your men, and getting the jail cells ready for your children. That is the reality to it. Because if you can't compete through skilled labor, then how are you going to feed yourself? How are you going to build up your community and bring Aboriginal black businesses back to your community if they're not giving you resources to do so, or any type of real grants or loans to do so, but yet they're giving them to illegal immigrants? How are you going to compete when they're actually propping up another class of people to compete with you right in your own communities? See, these are things that you should be worried about majorly, especially when you're going out to vote for people that's not willing to give you reparations, which is the justice that is overdue owed for you to be able to help your nation of people, which is in dire need for a great push to economic growth. But see, I don't know, and I don't understand. For that is the question. You let me know. Peace, peace.